He got me on the believing the dream again. So they wanted to fix the car. They only needed my car for 3 days. They were going to fix it, and at this point, now I was having a cylinder 4 misfire. So I was chewing them out for that I've got a misfire. Again, might not be Hypercar's fault, but that's the issue I have with the car. It has a cylinder 4 misfire. So he wants to make it right. I tell him, look, oil, I'm getting 2 catalyst system overheating, which I don't know if it's because y'all did or didn't tune it, because I can't get the full story. So have 2 sensors on hand and at least 1 coil pack, because that's the issues that I know the car's having now. So Duke tells me, look, we only need the car for 3 days. I tell Duke, the only way I will agree to send you my car back for you to fix it for this 3-day turnaround is if you send me a loaner car, because I've been since September all the way to January with my car not running right. So I'm making all these payments on the car with not being able to enjoy the car because of Hypercar Development. So they send me this car. So they send a truck, picks my car up. This car arrives. I didn't get to drive the first day because I needed to bring my wife a 4-door car. And so this sat here the first night. Second day, I took it home and the car ran. So I messaged him, what's up with this car? Because Duke told me before he sent it to me, this car ran 246 miles an hour last night. Good luck with that. When I drove this car, there was no possible way this car was making it to 200, much less 246. So, we don't know what's going on with it. Pull the ECU out and send it to us. So, we pull the ECU out, we send it to them, they send it back, we put it in the car won't even stay started. So, I messaged him that, reset the ECU. How? We pulled the ECU out, the battery terminal was disconnected. Okay. Put the ECU back in, plug the battery in, unplug the battery, plug the battery, unplug the battery, leave the battery unplugged for 45 minutes, plug the battery back in, same result. The car won't stay started. So, Dukes. Now, we're going on past a week now. Now they've had my car that they were supposed to fix for 3 days. We're past a week now. Well past a week. So he decides I'm going to fly one of our tuners in. They'll tune it there and you'll be good to go. You'll be having fun before you know it. So they fly their tuner in. We pull the ECU out, back in. ECU out, back in. ECU out, back in. 5 different times. Finally, we put it in. All right, I think I got it. Let's go for a ride. We go for a ride. Boom! So, now I've got Hypercar's blown up 800R, whatever, S, V, whatever. I don't even give you shit what you want to call it. It's blown up. So they blew up their own shop car here. So, now I have this thing sitting in my shop. Unable to move. Duke doesn't want to respond to any messages now. So finally, I copy him. He starts talking. My attorney starts messaging updates. He's telling my attorney, I don't want to talk to you. I want this right. We're gonna make this right. We got this. Blah blah blah. Days go by again. No updates. No updates. They start telling me my car isn't running right. There's something wrong. The coil pack. Change the coil pack. Next thing you know, Thad tells me, we're just going to change it on the dyno. Thad, it's on the lift. Thad, the dyno lift's not going to help you change the coil pack. Yeah, it is. Next thing you know, 6 hours later, that lift's not going to work, so we got to put another car back together to get it on the lift. So, whatever. They move it to another lift. Next thing you know, here comes Duke back to the rescue. Coil pack's changed, car will be up and running. We'll have it on the dyno at midnight. Next thing you know, Thad calls me. Hey Thad, what's the update? They haven't changed the coil pack yet. Wait a second. Duke just told me that they changed the coil pack. So which one is it? 2 different stories. Okay, so whatever. Next thing you know, they're dynoing the car. Car's not running right again. So I get a message, who installed the radar detector? It must be the radar detector. Okay, all right, I told him, I tell you what, rip the radar detector out. It's not the radar detector. That's not the problem. So, still cars having problems. Still cars having problems. Still cars having problems. They cannot figure it out. So, Safa finally gets involved. Safa tells me, hey, I'm going to bring it to the dyno. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Safa, did you change the coil? I don't need to change the coil. The coil's not bad. Okay, Safa. So, Safa brings it to the dyno. I finally decide. Safa tells me on a Friday he's going to bring it to a dyno. Friday comes around. Tells me he's going to bring it on Saturday. Saturday comes around. Monday I'm going to bring it to the dyno. Monday comes around. Finally I decide yet again, this is enough. We're going on almost 3 weeks. Time to go pick my car up. So, we go pick the car up. We show up there. Safa's at the dyno. We go to the dyno place. We see him at the dyno. He leaves. So we're thinking, okay, good. The car's good to go. Car is good to go. Safa couldn't run it on his dyno, he said, because that it was having issues and they had to put it on an all-wheel drive dyno. Again, you're the Hypercar wizards, the Mclaren wizards. No, you should be able to run the car on a two-wheel drive dyno if you know what you're doing. So they took it to an all-wheel drive dyno because they're blaming the car. It's the car. The car's acting weird. Our car's never acted like this on us. So we pick the car up. I show up. I tell Duke, I tell you what, I'll make you a bet that in 3 days I can fix this car, have it running, and putting down bigger numbers than you've ever put down on this car. He told me that I couldn't do it, and if I was capable of doing it, I would have done it by now. And I told him, no, I wouldn't have. I paid you 25 grand to do it. 25 grand to do it. I shouldn't have to do it. But take the bet since you don't believe me. So anyway, we leave on Tuesday. We get caught in a snowstorm that just happened. So we make it home on Thursday night about 5 o'clock. We pull my car in on the trailer. We get all the snow off of it. And come in Friday, get it off of the trailer. And the guys from DME flew in Saturday morning at about 9:30, 9:45. We run the diagnosis on the car, run the car, got a cylinder misfire, pull the cylinder 4 misfire off, pull the coil off of cylinder 4, move it to cylinder 1, run the car again, intermittent. So then we decided to turn the boost up a little bit so the problem would really show itself. We turned the boost up a little bit, we run the car, cylinder 1 misfire. Who would have guessed? So we changed the coil pack out, run the car again, guess what? The car runs perfect. So we go to the dyno, 2-wheel drive dyno, put the car on the dyno, run the car, put down great numbers, pull the ECU out, crank the number up, put the ECU in, run it again, guess what? We've put down more horsepower than Hypercar. So we've done it in less than 6 hours at this point. It's now 2 o'clock on Saturday. So we're happy as hell. We come back to the shop, we start putting things back together, we go home, eat, call it a night. Sunday morning we come in, put all the diffusers and panels back on that Hypercar had off of the car, and we go out, and you can see the video online. I run a 1300 Hayabusa from a 40 roll to 180 and short shifted every gear and put about four to 5 cars on the guide. So we put it on the dyno, we put the numbers down, we fixed the car, we ran it, guess what? It's done in less than 6 hours. These dudes had my car messed up for 6 freaking months. 6 months. They had the car in their possession for a total of 6 weeks, then almost 3 more weeks. So almost a total of 9 weeks these guys had my car, and we did it in less than 6 hours. 6 hours. So you can say that I'm trying to push DME. I'm not. I'm not trying to push them. The proof is in the pudding. You take what you take of that, because that I just know the facts that happened, that the results. So you can't argue with that. There is no arguing with that. There's no gimmicks. There's no, oh, this happened, that happened. To this day, Hypercar refuses to give me my money back. I offered them at one point to give me 15 grand and we'll call it a wash. Duke told me decline. Then he tried to call me out and say that we for the money we'll tune 570. So I told him for 25 grand, we give you a month, a whole month to do a 570. We'll document tearing ours apart and putting it back together in 3 days. We'll do it in 3 days because we did it in 6 hours, so I know we can do it in 3 days. So give us 3 days, we'll give you a month. Take that $25,000 bet of my money, and we'll go run publicly, and we'll see who comes out on top. You're the hypercar people. You claim that McLaren worships you, and you sell these people all these things, and it's so untrue. So now I've got this car that's blown up here. And Duke asked me, what games are we gonna play when I come to get my car? I said, Duke, we're not gonna play any games. There's no games. I don't wanna play games. You're playing games. Your company has done nothing but play games. I want my money back. I just want my money back. This is your car. This car is a piece of, it is, it's your shop car. This represents your shop. If any car should be running right, it should be your shop car. It should be your shop car. Okay? So it's not. You've got a carbon fiber wing that y'all bondoed. Like there's bondo on this carbon fiber wing. Like there's just so many things about this that is just. But that's my story. That's where I'm at. These guys will refuse to give me my money. Now I have their car. They want their car. Give me my money back. And that's it. That's the end of this. I don't understand how that's so difficult. Like you don't go to Burger King and order a cheeseburger. How long do you stand in Burger King? Because their excuse is that I kept taking the car from them. How long do you stand in Burger King before you leave and get your money back and go somewhere else? How long? How long? The first time you told me 2 weeks, it was almost 5. The second time you told me 3 days, it was almost 3 weeks. So it's not like you told me 2 weeks and I was there 2 weeks and 1 day, or 2 weeks and a half, 2.5 weeks, or even 3 weeks. It was almost 5. That's a lot of time to do an exhaust. The guys came here and did it in 6 hours. So I don't understand. I don't. You can take this for what you want. You can think that I'm back. This is real life. This is real life. It happened. It happened. If you don't believe me, I have all the text messages. You can go over them. This is happening. This is real. This is what Hypercar. This is their Hypercar. That's their custom brake light conversion. A stick-on LED on a car. The exhaust pipes are completely crooked. Like the door seals or the moldings, the bumper. It's just one thing after another. Nothing works on the inside of the car. The radio doesn't work. The AC doesn't work. They haven't fixed none of those issues. Like, so you take it for what you want, but I have yet to see Hypercar do what they claim they can do. I'm pretty sure they just ran 151 miles an hour at the half-mile event in Florida, and they keep making everyone be quiet. So this is my video. This is my story. Again, take from it what you want.